Hello, Ivy here. I said, hello, Ivy here. Not quite. How's everybody doing tonight? So you guys were on with Special K. I was doing some last minute stuff, so I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to it. Um, but yeah, I didn't want to overlap with Special K, especially since she's been only coming on once a week. And I love her show as much as you do. So that's why I decided, why don't I just push it back a little bit? And I think that was the right call. Let's see. I see Beverly Jackson, Emma D, Anastasia Isabella. Who else? Gina Suchi, Joan Garcia, Dolores Williams, Lydia Washington. Oh, she's wrapping up now. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I thought for sure she would have been done by now, but must be a good show. But anyway, we're here. And for those who cannot come over for Special K, I am not offended at all. Denise Jones, welcome. Sestrin Cece, Connie Baumer, Dolores Thomas. All right. Who else we got here? Ladyfoot, Denise Jones, uh, Loki Jr.'s mom. Okay. Mary Hiker, Desiree Lee, Desiree Lee, and Margaret Rollin. Welcome. Donna Reese, Judy Regold. Hi. Denise Jones. Said that right? Okay. And a stranger, haven't been here for a while. I think our schedules have conflicted a bit, right? Helen Groen, welcome. Let's see. Let me see. Well, I need more time in my days for sure. Hope you will have a great live with Baron. Too bad I can't be with you. Hope you are okay. Much love from me to you, Lydia Washington. Helen, if you gotta go, your rest is way more important in this podcast. So you could always catch up later, I hope. Hello, Scorpio. Let's see, now Brooklyn. Oh, it's 9:58 in Brooklyn. Okay, yeah. Yesterday we had some tech problems, but I think we're okay today. I did a refresh. I went back and listened. Or was it 2 days ago? And I heard the audio was awful. It sounded like I was talking like underwater or something like that. But I do believe it's straightened out. And I think with the storm, it was just a matter that a lot of people were using the interweb, the internet. So anyway, that's settled. So let me just get to it. Let me see. Yeah, please a thumbs up, everybody. If you just got here, please a thumbs up. So there has been someone on Twitter today. Oh, by the way, don't forget it was Princess Angela's birthday. Princess Angela's birthday was February 3rd. She married into the House of Liechtenstein. I made a video for that. If you have a chance to watch it, please do. Don't worry, I'm not going to do the whole food truck production. I'm not going to go on and on and on and on and on about it like I did with the food truck video. It's not going to be one of those, Lydia. Where's Church Nelly? Church Nelly. It's not going to be one of those things, but yeah, I'm going to give y'all a free pass on that one. So yeah, so there's a guy, I forget his name, but he's touching the third rail. He's talking about something that we usually avoid. Does anybody have a clue what that something is? It's something that some people think we're afraid of. Now, this kid is really nice. He's definitely Team Sussex, so don't go hating on him. He's definitely Team Sussex, but he's trying to say to Harry that, when such time comes, yeah, when such time come, it's okay to let it go. Now, I didn't watch the whole video because it made me uncomfortable. Anybody who says anything about Harry, and I'm just a little put off by it, but yes, this is what he was talking about. So there's a tale of two haircuts. Some people are looking at Harry's hair and they're saying, wow, he's got that American haircut. Look at how healthy and robust he looks. And he's so California, tall, tan, and teasing, or whatever they say. Um, yeah, of course, that's how we see him. But some people have accused the squatties of wearing rose colored glasses or ginger colored glasses and so on and so forth. Um, it doesn't matter. Harry, um, God bless him for the fact that he has embraced his appearance wherever it takes him. He keeps himself well groomed, and thanks to the Duchess of Sussex, he's never dressed better in his life. So he keeps himself well groomed. He dresses fantastic right now. So I don't really care. Whatever he does to his hair, that's on him. I'm not going to dwell on it. But this guy, he was just making a point. Let it go, or, you know, it's this, it's that. I really only saw half of the video and I was just like, cringe, cringe, cringe. I'm out of here. So if it made you uncomfortable at all, let me see your comments. Or if you agree with him, it's okay. We don't have to be a monolith here in the Sussex squad. It's okay if you agree with him or if you disagree with him. I wasn't into that conversation. Yeah, Harry looks good. Absolutely. Um but there's some friends that are near and dear to me that are not necessarily squatties that have said some things and I'm just like, ugh, I really don't want to talk about that. Happy to see Serena rocking the red hair too. Yeah, I guess it was red. It was looking good on her, and sure Harry. I'm sure love Harry's new haircut. His beard was on fire too. He and Meghan sure is aging backwards. California living is good. Definitely. Definitely. Yes, Harry is cute. Or of course, as Oprah would say, he's a cutie patootie. She used to love to call everybody a cutie patootie. Was that Oprah or was that someone else that said that? Yeah, he's happy. He's happy. And he's not so insecure that he's worried about his hair. You know, um, when they had that night out in New York, his hair was longer. And people have mentioned that in the chats today, or should I say, they mentioned that in the Twitter sphere. I really didn't see or hear any other sources anywhere else mention his hair, but he's secure in himself enough to rock his hair, put a little gel in it, cut it short, whatever. Um, is not the most important thing in the world. And we still live in a society where there are men who are just devastated by any type of hair loss, but I really don't care. Just let the Sussexes Sussex. That's what I always say. Let the Sussexes Sussex. And let's see who else do we have here has a comment. I'm team Castor Oil Harry, aka Zaddy looks good. He has more hair on his head than the egg did at that age. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, at some point we won't be able to I guess well, I don't know. I would probably still do it, but at some point we might have to leave him alone. That's my only regret is that at some point it might be in poor taste to keep going after him, but I probably would have anyway. Um I'm not going to make any promises. At some point, though, it may be in poor taste to talk about William and there's stuff going on with Harry. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. It depends on where I am at that particular time, but yeah. So that was something that was trending way too much on Twitter for my taste, but. So the kid said it, and the guy. I don't know his name, but he's a nice guy and he's definitely Team Sussex. So You guys, if you do see him on Twitter, please don't go after him. You know, he's got his um, influencer stuff going on, and I'm sure that what he said came from his heart. And who knows, maybe he was trying to be helpful to Harry by saying, just let it go or whatever. Not that Harry even knows who he is or whatever, but that's the same guy who actually met Kamala Harris one day. He was actually on there crying because he met Kamala Harris. So he's on the right side of things. So I just like want to caution everybody to go easy on him. Don't be very quick to attack him or anything like that. So, okay, that being said, let me show you exactly. Um, I'm gonna make a point. Let me find it. Let me find it. Because whatever happens with Harry, it's not going to change how I feel about William, not in the least bit. Whether it's his hair or whatever, long as Harry is just being himself, that is good enough for me. It's not going to change anything. So, um, whether Harry decides to embrace shorter hair or, whether he takes it all off, whatever, I'm still with him. So it's cool. I'm not stressed out by it. So, huh? I'm looking for it. Give me a second. There it is. Actually, both of these things. Oh no, all three of these things. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put all three of them up if I can. So, whenever I look at William, whatever Harry does or to his hair, whatever he's not going to do to his hair, William is always going to be this to me because there seems to be an unusual amount of space between his eyebrow and the top of his head. And so when I look at him, this is what I think about. I always think about the sequoias because you have all that tree in the middle, and you have to really throw your eyes all the way up to the top just to see any type of canopy. So again, whatever Harry does or whatever he do or doesn't do or whatever, it's not going to matter. I am still going to see this. Whenever I see William, he always channels this and nothing else. So I'm not tripping. This is all there is as far as I'm concerned. Case closed, end of story. Or there may be this. This is the other thing that captures my imagination. Sometimes I see this. So I'm not going to let up on them. I'm going to keep on keeping on. And and if I am starting my Friday night off a little messy, then so be it. But I'm just telling you, this changes nothing. And someone else's opinions about Harry means nothing. I thought Harry looked incredible. He looked healthy and fit. And if Harry doesn't want to do anything aggressive to his hair, that is his prerogative. And he doesn't need to satisfy anybody outside of his personal appearance. He doesn't have to satisfy anybody. He just has to be himself. um okay, so I'm going to get rid of that interesting image of William, and I'm going to take a look at a couple of your comments, and then we'll go on. Okay, we're here for the messy. Okay. The guy made a lighthearted video. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful in any way. Harry will always be handsome no matter how he wears his hair, but his brother, Mr. Potato Head, is a different story. Cookies and cream, I agree 100%. Now, there have been some photos circulating out there of Prince Harry, the big if photo. Like, for instance, if he took it all off. Whatever he does, he's not going to be this person. That's all I care about, is that he doesn't turn into this. This is way too much. This is the sequoia of humanity, as far as I'm concerned. And there's just way too much space between the eyebrow and the hairline, which starts at his waistband. Um, his back pockets. So so that being said, as you know, when the earshot or whatever that event was, the only thing I could think about was a bottle of Mitch and Roll-On. So I took to my PC and I said, there's a meme out there and I want to be the one to make it. And so I did. And feel free to share it. Okay, so I'm done with him. I'm tired of talking about him. But yeah, so yeah, it was a lighthearted video. I wasn't offended by it. I understand. I just didn't really care to hear it because I'm just a little hypersensitive where the Sussexes are concerned. Okay, so there's this. So we find out that Serena Williams credited Prince Harry with solving my life's problems. Whenever she sees Harry, she said yesterday in the Better Up that on occasion, whenever they hang out, she has an opportunity to solve some of her problems. That Harry is an incredible life coach. Well, we already learned that from the Me You Can't Be or the Me You Can't See or whatever. Yeah, the Me You Can't See. That was me that made up that nickname, the Me You Can't Be. That's what Harry is. He's the Me You Can't Be. So it's the me you can't see, not the me you can't be, right? Anyway, so Harry has been credited by Serena Williams as solving some problems for her. Well, both of them have been in the public eye since they were children. As a matter of fact, even the Duchess of Sussex has been in the public eye since she was a child. But do you want to know who hasn't been in the public eye since they were a child? She hasn't been in the public eye. By the time she was keen enough to, actually, I don't know that she's ever really keen, but they say she's keening. By the time she ever made a splash in the public, it was during a long courtship with William. That's how she became famous as Wadey Katie. It wasn't because she was born into it. It wasn't because her father had actually, coached her into actually playing real tennis instead of just, posing and grinning. But it's just that the I would say Serena Williams and Harry, Prince Harry, have a lot in common, seeing that they were both kind of like, I mean, Serena, what did she said? She's been playing tennis since what, age 5 or 6 or 3, whatever it was. So she's always been noticed because she's always been just that good. And Harry, somehow, in spite of the fact he's not the heir apparent, he seems to have been the most popular in the family for a long time, save for maybe the Queen, they say. Harry's constantly been very popular, even with the royal rotor, with the public, with so many people. He was always the most engaging of the people in the family. So he's always stood out. There was that time when he lost his mom. He stood out for the worst possible reasons. And then there's when he finally decided that he would marry, or even when he went to Afghanistan. People just trust Harry. He just has it. The other one doesn't. So they have a lot in common. There's no wonder that they are able to connect on such a spiritual level when needed. What do you guys say about that? Serena is using a foundation that appears to be the wrong shade. She's Mo, I was looking for something a little more profound. But yes, she did, you know. But that's anything else. The auditions for W was after he figured out W. Okay, I'm kind of lost. No one else would. William. Was it William? Okay. The auditions for W after he figured out no one else he liked wanted him back. Then he asked, okay, yeah, it is William. Yeah. Nobody else wanted to be bothered with him. Pompous, arrogant, entitled, not really a catch. Okay, I'm sorry. Prince Harry can do very little wrong for me. He is near perfect because he has such a good heart. Vinny Blair, absolutely. Okay, Catherine was programmed by her mother, then the firm took over. Harry's good people, Serena's good people. Love them both to pieces. Yeah, I just it is it okay. I mean, yeah. Okay, so yes about the hair, yes about the foundation, but I just it's uncomfortable for me. Let me see. Squaddies. Did you all know that the Duchess Meghan did an interview on 2029 16 with Ebony Magazine? I was not aware of that, Beverly McCaskill. And you know what? I'm going to switch photos. You know the silica in the foundation, when you put too much light on it, it kind of gives you that kabuki look. I mean, it's not her, it's the foundation. Yes. And yes, and that's true. Um Ramona, I don't oh yeah, but anyway, I don't know who Ramona is. I'm sure Serena has a mirror in her house. Maybe it's the light in the room. Yeah, sometimes the silica that's naturally, well, not naturally, that they add to the foundation, it sometimes can become luminescent and make one appear, especially like with a camera flash, and make one appear to be a bit too kind of kabuki looking. I read an article that before they dated, that Kate was William's wingman. Okay, and she would pretend to be his girlfriend when at parties, when Igor got annoyed by a girl. Well, you know who taught her that? I mean, I don't know this to be factual, but that seems like some big. Well, let me stop. But anyway, don't forget, she was, you know, that's why that happened. That's all I'll say, is because somebody instructed her to get him, no matter what it takes. Okay, let me see. Marshall. Will is so incandescent with rage, jealous of Harry, because Harry got to marry his American Meghan. The one Willie liked ran far, far, far away from him. She can thank her lucky stars. Absolutely. Talking about dodging a bullet. Okay, so let me get rid of the air hostess. He's never done a hard day's work in his life. Prince Harry received backlash on social media after telling firms they should give everyone time to focus on themselves. Um, this is the same royal rodents that tried to stir up all that talk when Harry um, actually mentioned something that was already happening, and that was the fact that people were leaving their jobs by the tens of thousands every month because they didn't like the way their employers were treating them, right? And so now that Harry mentions this, they're well, the royal rodents, what do you expect? But let me show you something here. See if I got it. See if I got it. There it is. Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, actually, I don't got it, but I'll just mention it. If you remember, Harry said last time this issue was brought up about what Harry said. Harry said that if you're not happy with your job, in so many words, that you might consider looking for something that's less stressful, right? Okay, that's the photo that was out at that time. So Harry was saying that a lot of people are actually walking away from their jobs. He only said what people were already doing. The tabloid media, the royal rodents, they went back and said, oh, Harry's telling people to quit their jobs. Harry did not say quit your job. He's just mentioned the fact that people were quitting. And so to try to turn people against Harry and to create a whole bunch of negativity, they started down this path of Harry was telling people to abandon their jobs. Well, let me tell you something. I'm one of those people. Nobody had to tell me. Okay. Nobody had to tell me when it was time to go from any place I've ever worked because at the end of the day, it's just a job. And you could always get another job. If you can't get another job and you're able bodied and willing to work, then whatever nation you live in is already in more trouble than you can calculate if there's no jobs available. So, sorry, royal rodents. I wish there was something that we could do about the royal rodents, but I can't picture what it is. Okay, so Harry was right, and people took to social media and agreed with him. Do you guys remember that? Thousands of comments, people agreed. People went on the talk shows over there in the UK, in the United States. They were talking to talk show hosts. They were talking to podcasters. They were talking to everybody, trying to find people who would admonish Harry for what he said. And what happened? We found out that more people agreed with Harry than disagreed with him. And so they're going to try it again to try to see if they could drum up some kind of hostility against Harry, because once again, he seems to have his finger on the pulse of humanity. Give your employees some time. Stop hounding them. We get less vacation than most people in Europe. The Americans, I mean, some of these jobs, until people started quitting by the tens of thousands, I can remember one job where I worked and worked and worked. And after a year, I think I had a week's vacation. And it would take me a few more years to get 2 weeks vacation. Bye. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying. We need to concentrate on what they're talking about and stop tearing each other down over stupid stuff like makeup. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for, but okay. So Prince Harry is trending in the UK according to Google. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for mental health searches. Right. And that is exactly what I had. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So the one on the right side, that's the one. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. The one on the right side, that is the one. Let me take this away. Nope, that's not it. I could have sworn. Let me see if I can find it. Thought I had it. But it was about the searches, about the mental health searches. And I don't got it. Anyway, sorry about that. I don't got it. But yeah, I did save it and then I did not upload it. But yeah, that is what happened is that they have been trending all over. And the same thing happened when he mentioned a thing about people leaving their jobs. They were already doing that. There were groups in social media for people who wanted to leave the workplace. People who said, take this job and shove it. You've seen the TikTok videos. You've seen the YouTube videos. You've seen it on Facebook. You've seen it on Instagram. Take this job and shove it. It's been happening. It has nothing to do with Harry. Harry only said what was already going on. He was using that to make a point. It wasn't that he encouraged anybody. I didn't need his encouragement ever. If I didn't like something, I would walk. I just find another job. There's somebody else out there who wants me to eat food at my workstation, take personal phone calls, and take a nap throughout the day and spend way too much time in the bathroom. There's got to be some employer out there looking for that. And if there is, I'll find if there is, I'll find them. There's always somebody who wants my BS, and I will find them. So that's the easy one. And if anybody out there, if you know of somebody who needs someone to come in late every day, eat during his work shift, take frequent trips to the bathroom for God knows what, to fall asleep at his workstation, and to make personal phone calls throughout the day, please let me know. I got you, boo. I got you. So somewhere out there. Okay, the tabloids don't listen to what he's saying. They make up their own opinions based on words in a sentence without context and just go with at this at this point it's laughable. Okay, so I'm glad you said that, Fatima, because you just reminded me of something. There is the usual in the tabloid stories. You want to know what the usual is? The usual is they will screenshot somebody's comments and they will upload those comments into whatever article, but it has to be comments that is tearing down the Duke of Sussex or the Duchess of Sussex. They will upload those comments so that way it can help perpetuate whatever negative story they're trying to tell at that time. And usually it's somebody who's some right winger, whether it's in the US, the UK, Australia, wherever they're from, is some right winger who wants to tell Harry that he never worked a hard day's work in his life, and all of those things that they try to say about Harry. I wish that they would apply those things to the rest of the royal family because, okay, Lydia, I just saw that out the corner of my eye. I wish they could just tell that to the rest of the royal family because they don't seem to do any thing that looks remotely like real work. What is real work to them? What is real work to that family? I have yet to see it. There is not much by way of real work for that family. But if they want to pretend that what they're doing is so monumental and that it is so earth shaking and life changing for the greater society, then so be it. But you could easily apply that to most of the family. They said that the Cambridges by March, they may have done the equivalent of what the average Brit does in terms of work for the year, meaning that they go on these engagements, they show up for an hour, for 30 minutes, and that is a day's work for them. And then they will tally that by the end of the year to try to explain how busy they've been. But it's difficult to lie about it because there are people like, maybe the Guardian or the Standard, whoever. There are people who watch. There are certain journalists that watch and know better that they are not actually doing as much work as they pretend. So that one doesn't really fly. Okay. I seem to be on a bit of a rant. Let me look at some of these. When is the UK media going to realize that people don't believe their lies anymore? This is not the 1950s. They are living in the past like the unroyal family. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just too many people who buy it hook, line, and sinker. They believe everything that comes out of those papers. So that's the real problem, is that you can't convince them otherwise, because there are people who believe that they are serving the greater good. Like this right here, this is work. This is work. Running like OJ, posing like the Heisman Trophy, and jumping like I guess like you're in some kind of bad action movie. All of those things that Jazz Hands did that day, this is work. She went there, she posed, she laughed, she kind of staggered around, and then of course some of the poses were so bizarre we still don't know exactly what she was doing, but that was a day's work. That counts as work for her. So call it what you want, be that as it may, she has fulfilled her obligation as a princess of the realm. Well, I'll tell you what I've done today that I've never actually done before. I looked at a collection of videos from Channel 4 in the UK that spoke about nothing but poverty in the United Kingdom. The same papers that tried to ruin um, President Obama's 60th birthday, was it? The same papers that tried to, uh, I guess, tear his birthday down because, they were trying to pass it off as some type of super spreader event. They paid no attention, or paid little attention to, should I say, to the fact that there's a lot of people in the UK that are going hungry. There's a lot of people using food banks. There's a lot of people going without heat for days at a time. But instead, we're supposed to focus on somebody running like OJ, posing like the Heisman Trophy, and then jumping like some kind of bad Jackie Chan movie. That's what we're supposed to pay attention to. Or watch them do this. I still don't even know what that was supposed to be. Do y'all know what that is? Because I don't get it. What is that? What was she doing? I still have yet to figure out what that bizarre ritualistic dance that she's doing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I mean, does she have to go to the loo? Is she trying to decide to go left or right? I don't know. I don't know. So you tell me what is going on with Jazz Hands. But rather than pay attention to the high cost of fuel, the high cost of food, the fact that they're trying to put on this Jubilee in the middle of such disparity in the UK, um, they're like getting off looking at these photos. I don't get it. I don't get it. This was a big deal for Jazz Hands. People were like, "Oh, did you see the photos? Did you see the photos?" I mean, they were going nuts over this. And I'm just like, "What? What? This was a big deal." She went, she grinned. She ran, she grinned. She posed, she grinned. They lifted her up. And Jeremy Vine tried to convince people that she jumped, only for Nina Miskow to say that wasn't a jump, it was a lift. He said, no, she jumped. How much gaslighting are you going to do? That wasn't a jump, it was a lift. But he wanted to convince people that somebody lifted her up. I mean, that she jumped up. She didn't jump, it was lift and grin, not a jump. Lift and grin. So, anyway, I'm sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm just sick of it. Okay, so that being said, let me please go back to your comments. Okay. Harry and Meghan were brain harm. Okay. And I think I got that. What Harry is saying is trending. He's what has resonated with the public and matches reality. The haters can't undo the facts with their pathetic attempts to cast shade on Harry. True, Joseph Burnell. Very true. The thing is, Obama warned the UK this would happen with Brexit, and Johnson was nasty about Obama's warning. I remember that, Stewart. I remember that. I even saved like a little characterization of that event because one of the newspapers over there had got a bit, well, some of the editorial and the cartoons and such, they were particularly nasty to Obama about that event. But Obama did warn them. And if I understand things, from my disadvantage here in the US, that the European Union is making things very difficult for the people in the UK. And I think it's done deliberately so because it's like a punishment. Before the European Union, from what I understood, the British people were suffering greatly because of the post war economy, and that the European Union was a chance for everybody to come up, at the same time. And so, because of the nationalistic movement that seems to engulf the Western society, they decided, well, it's not working out for us. We want out of it. And oh, I found it. Can you believe that? I found it. Yeah, I told you sometimes I save stuff and I'm not even sure, but I'm sure this was not the tone that Obama used, but this was in one of the tabloids or something back in 2016, and I just happened to save it. But yeah, just stay just a little bit longer. Please, please stay just a little bit longer. Stay. Why don't you stay? Okay, Beverly Hardy, welcome to the live chat. All 646 of you. I wasn't sure that I would get many people in here because it's been a busy night for the squad. But thank you all for being here because you know what, you guys, you could have been someplace else, but you decided to stay up late and join me, and I really do appreciate it. Please thumbs up. Please like if you get a chance. Thank you very much for being here. So yeah, you get the point. I'll take this away, but some people are freezing. They're off, but but do they care? They are reportedly criticizing Harry about his hair. Yes, Annie Bullet, absolutely. Yeah, this is what gets me. It's like, do you guys see what's happening with the country over there? All I've been hearing before winter, I was hearing about the fuel prices. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to go there, but I have to tell you, some states in the United States, I feel bad for other people in the world because in the United States, one of the things that we seem to get right is the fuel prices, and there's subsidies for people and such. So, um, there's not the big crisis like it is in the UK, where I'm looking at these pensioners literally giving up food. I mean, look for Channel 4. I was gonna post them, but I didn't feel in my heart it was the right thing to do. But go to the Channel 4, and for the past few weeks, they've been talking about hunger, poverty, and high fuel prices. I watched like 3 videos back to back today, and it was very, very sad, and I thought about posting it on the, community tab or on the Twitter, and I said, "No, it's this they're going through enough as it is, and I'm just not going to contribute to that." But it's very sad. It's very sad, and those same tabloids that are going after the Sussexes, um, just look in your own backyard. Try to help those people. Or rather than running around, um, pretending to be the world's greatest athlete, posing like the Heisman Trophy or, running through the airport like OJ or, all that weird stuff that she's doing. What is it doing for the people that are hungry or cold right now? I'm going to stop talking about it because it is a very sore subject, and I really feel sorry for those people because this is one of the reasons why the Jubilee is going to just fizzle out. The Jubilee is going to be a big fat nothing burger. Big fat nothing burger. This don't have anything to do with anything, but I'm still trying to figure out that coat. I have not figured out that coat. I'm still trying to figure out that coat. I think Maggie Smith said it best. You are a conspicuous woman designed to stick out. Yes, Maggie Smith put it best when she said, you're a conspicuous woman designed to stick out. Uh, uh, that's bad. I had to bring it down a bit because I was getting a little frustrated. So, anyway, let me take a look at some of your comments. Oh, well, yeah, I'll do that. And then I probably got a couple more things to talk about. Um, Many times, what are the royals doing for the people? Yes, Sharon, what are they doing? The people need you. That coat is from Mary Poppins when they were at the races. Well, I have to ask you, was it a horse race or was it Charles's emotional support Camilla winning Best in Show? I can never tell you which one it is. Speaking of Best in Show, let me see. I did a little something today. Sometimes when I get a little frustrated and I need to, you know, anyway, I did that today. I don't think it was that bad, was it? I was just having a little fun. I was just having a little fun. As you can see, the Duchess Doolittle is back to the coat dresses. I think she heard us. She's back to her coat dresses. And for some reason, whatever that is Camilla has on, it just, it goes with that emoji, right? And Charles, well, he has been a bit of one of those lately. So I think no fault, no foul. Let me see. The monarchy has never cared about the people of the UK. They only care about how much they are worshipped by us. Yeah, it appears to be that way. Oh, it was an improvement, huh? Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, the people who believe what the press is telling them want to believe the lies and hate. They are the racehorses. I can't say that word on YouTube. Jealous and bitter. They hate Harry because they despise Meghan for absolutely nothing. Yeah, they hate Meghan because she has shed quite a bit of light on that family, more so than they are ever used to. Plus, she was able to outwork and outshine that group of people. See, I was watching the parliament in the UK saying they were lowering electricity, but the people will have to pay it back. Good grief. Wow, that's sad. Pitbull got a medal for taking a rescue dog with her on some outing. Had to ask the question, who yeah, who let the dogs out? Thank you, Joan Commonwealther, for letting us know that. And yeah, I'll try to figure that out and get back to you. 70 years is too long to be on the throne. This is true. They also mentioned on one of the Byline Time sites that not a lot of areas will be having parties like they used to, don't have the money to spend for it. Yeah, those outdoor parties. What do they call them? Like a block party or something like that. And they have the long tables and everybody sits outside with their hats on and everything. I've seen that before, but there weren't that many of them for the last Jubilee. So go figure. Go figure. They got to do something to help those people. They really have to do something to help them because it's really sad to know that as I sit here and, um, pretty much in comfort, that there's some pensioners, even here in the US, if there's a retired person here that's making those hard choices, that's really sad. Um, but get your fascinators out and go to the and just go to the Jubilee. Um, just try not to think about you're hungry or that you're cold or that your roof is caved in or whatever. Just go to the Jubilee. They're going. Um, Everybody in that photo you see right there is getting something off the sovereign grant, especially those cosplaying soldiers that you see there. All of them are getting money from the sovereign grant. Yep. I know. I just like sharing those photos as much as I like to share these. I'm just feeling in that mood right now. So while everybody's at the Jubilee, just, having a good time, kicking their heels up or whatever, just remember that at least Beatrice and Eugenie are comfortable. That's what's important. And that their father is comfortable. That's important too. That they're all comfortable, that's important while people are going cold. Okay. So I'm going to leave that subject alone, but very, very sad. Okay, so I think why did I bring this one? Oh yeah, I was looking for this earlier for one good reason. As I mentioned on a few occasions, the Sussexes are going to take a stance here and there. They are going to say and do and act in ways that may make a lot of people uncomfortable, including the Sussex squad, because we want them to be safe and we want to protect them from a lot of this excessive criticism. But the Sussexes have decided as a family that they are not going to just sit around and cosplay. That's something that they left behind. They are going to actively participate in the greater society by speaking up and speaking out for causes that are near and dear to their hearts. So, like right here, the Archwell Foundation supports Afghan family resettlement. Harry took a lot of flack for that. And before this statement, there was one that Harry by himself had issued. And then there was one that was from, the foundation, which means, of course, from Harry and Meghan. So this is just a reminder that no matter what people say, or like speaking out about the Spotify thing, they spoke out because they felt they needed to speak out, and they're not going to hide because of controversy because it's the safe thing to do. I don't think they necessarily want to play it safe. They want to be available for things that are important to them and especially important to the people in need. So um unfortunately, they're not in the UK because if they were, I'm pretty sure that they may have said something about the fuel issues, but of course, being within the royal family, they would have had constraints upon them, but they would have done something or acted in a way that would have been helpful to people that are suffering right now. I'm sure of that. Okay, so going to take a look at a couple of your comments. It wasn't just that Meghan made them look bad by comparison. She did it while being Black American, a former actress, and a divorcee. Yep, yep, and not you know and not dancing to their music. I mean, like, going out wearing trousers instead of a coat dress, that was incredibly offensive to the establishment. Wearing dark nail polish and all of those things. I mean, if you really want to upset the apple cart, that's the best way to do it. Okay, let me see here. I also was listening to James O'Brien, and the people in the UK are struggling. I would love for Harry and Meghan to give a big, juicy donation to people in the UK. For example, maybe community kitchens to shut the. Okay. All right. I got you, I think. Um, Okay. Baron Betterup made me realize we don't need to engage trolls, royal family, and haters. We squatties have more important things to do. Absolutely. I brought this, or should I say, I put this on the slide. BetterUp reaches 4.7 billion valuation after Series E, which I believe is a bond. And how did they do that? How did they get to this point? You know why? Because one of the most influential people on the planet just happens to be the Duke of Sussex. That's how they did it. That's how they were able to achieve that. That's why he was hired as the chief impact officer. Uh-oh, I didn't want that. But that's why he was hired as the chief impact officer, because they wanted to make sure that they had someone who would pretty much be a cheerleader as well as someone who could coach. A cheerleader in that he would be able to help put that company on the map. And that he has done. And the way you know that he's been effective is because of the fact that this happened after Harry showed up. That happened because of Harry. Other than that, we would have never heard of Better Up, but Harry put Better Up on the map. So he, I guess the point I'm trying to make is this: without Spotify, without even Netflix, they have so many things that they're working on that they're going to be okay. So we need not worry about the Sussexes. We need not overreact to every little thing that pops up in the tabloids or on social media. They are doing just fine with or without those companies or any other. By them speaking up about the Spotify, they were just several voices that came forward with concerns about, the assumed misinformation. I haven't listened to it, so because I don't know it firsthand, I'm not going to say what is and is not true. I can only say this much: I believe in the science. I've had all three, and when the fourth shot is available, I'm going to take it. Okay. Without that, I would have never had the courage to hop on an airplane. So, this is a very polarizing figure for a lot of people, Joe Rogan. And he's also a very powerful individual in that some of his podcasts can actually, most of his podcasts, I think, get way more eyes upon it than a lot of the legacy television programs. So the worst thing that you can do is ignore someone who has a lot of influence. You understand what I'm saying? Do not ignore a person that has a lot of influence. You don't have to agree with them, but they're not worth ignoring either, because the last time we ignored someone who had a lot of influence, we had a monster for president of the United States. So never discount the power of a person who is has name recognition and notoriety. And so when the Duke of Sussex speaks, people listen, and it can change a lot of things for a lot of people. That's why they don't want the Sussexes to return to the UK, because they are afraid of their power, and they do have a lot of power, a lot. And so while they didn't mention Joe Rogan by name, they only said they were concerned. And once their voices were heard, well, then all of a sudden, okay, we're going to put a disclaimer on his podcast. And then he had some kind of statement. I'm not saying that that was directly because of the Sussexes, but I can't say that it wasn't. But it was also a few other people. But the names that really stuck out was, of course, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Enters Hoghead Morgan. Hoghead seems to think, I didn't even read the article. I just saw the headline that the Sussexes should give their money for something. Don't they always say that, though? Don't they always say this? Why don't the Sussexes? But when they say that, how do you ignore the big sovereign in the room? You want the Sussexes, who have a flash in the pan compared to the family, You want them to give up their money for everything, but you never want her to give up anything. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because right now, most people in the UK don't openly say what I'm thinking right now. Why don't you ask her for some money? She has centuries of cash and gold and jewels laying around. Stop worrying about what the Sussexes got. Whatever they got is a flash in the pan compared to what she has. So leave Harry and Meghan alone. Or shake down Gangsta Gan Gan and ask her for some money. Now, when you do approach her, I will advise anyone who walks up on her, go easy, tread lightly, because everybody knows Gangsta Gang Gan is packing. Okay, so go easy on her. Don't come out her blind. Don't come out her blind spot. But I'm just saying she's got a couple of dollars sitting around, but don't come out her blind spot. Don't sneak up on her and just have a conversation with her. Why don't you come up off of some of what you got? So y'all didn't see that coming, did you? But yeah, Gangsta Gan Gan, she's packing. So, be cool. Don't step to her in the wrong way. Otherwise, she might bust a cap in your behind. But if you ask her the right way, she might just, you know what I'm saying? She might cut a little check or something, or maybe give up a house or two. Something might happen. But ask her and stop, dwelling on what the Sussexes have, because they're working hard for what they got. So just leave them alone. All right, and we'll be okay. All right, your comments. Really? I didn't hear about that. Good, good. While they're hacking his stuff, I wish they would take a couple of brushes or whatever. He's got them lines in his chin because I think he's actually older than the Queen. I think he's older than Philip was. I'm not even sure that Murdoch is actually still breathing, but he's got so many crevices on his face. I'm just like, oh, what money? You know what I mean? Ugh, let me stop. Okay, but yeah, I don't like looking at his face. It is gross. Have you ever taken a look at Murdoch's face? I mean, I have to wonder, does those crevices, do they have a smell? Ugh. Ugh. I mean, if you want to spoil a meal for me, just say Murdoch's face. Murdoch's face is disgusting. Okay, so after that gross bit, yeah, just old as dirt. He's old as dirt. I'm pretty sure he's a lot older than the Queen. He's got to be. He's just old. Okay. Yeah, they don't talk about him. They'd rather not say anything about that. You know, I was trying to I got some information about him. They said that this guy goes through, I want to say the figure was it 470,000 pounds a month for his lifestyle? It was some outrageous figure. A person who lives so far beyond his means, it was an outrageous figure of the amount of money that he cycles through every month. Every month. I would dare say his upkeep is more than several other royal family members combined. His upkeep is incredible. I don't know where the money comes from. They said that chalet in Switzerland cost 28 million pounds or $28 million. Whatever it was more money than he takes in every year. Okay? In a lifetime, he shouldn't have that much money. Philip had 30 million pounds when he died. How does this guy go through all that money every month? but it was a lot of money. I was dumbfounded when I saw those figures. I'm gonna find the story and I'll share it with you another time, but it was incredible. Okay, let me get him off of here because we know he doesn't perspire. He has a particular medical condition that prevents him from perspiring. We learned that on the BBC. You know, that interview he gave because his lawyers told him it was a good idea. And you guys know who his lawyers are, right? These are his PR people. You've seen them, right? Those are his PR people. It was alleged, I don't know this directly, it was alleged that they are the ones who told him to go on television and defend yourself. That's his lawyers. The legal firm of Beatrice and Eugenie. They are the ones who told him, you know, because with all that Windsor breeding and good blue blood and all that kind of stuff, they were the ones who told him allegedly, why don't you just go on TV and defend yourself? Just tell the truth. You're a prince of the realm. People will believe you in spite of yourself. Just go on television and tell them your story. And he did. And I would love to say the reviews were mixed, but they were not. Everybody has declared it was a absolute train wreck. And that was thanks to the legal firm of you know who, Beatrice and Eugenie Esquire, LLC and um XYZ. They were the crackpot legal team that told him the best way out of it is to put your foot in your mouth. And that's what he did. And we learned that he cannot perspire because his attorneys told him to go on TV and tell everybody that he has a particular condition that prevents him from perspiring. Cut, print, edit. So if ever I have any legal problems in the United Kingdom, I am going to call Beatrice and Eugenie because they be knowing. They be knowing. So I suggest you do the same. Get the legal firm of Beatrice and Eugenie to get you out of trouble, and you'll be okay. Um, but whatever you do, under no circumstances do you allow them to take you hat shopping. Do not do that. I would rather have Diane Shure go shopping with me for a hat than to have Beatrice and Eugenie take me. So, oh boy, I have drifted into a very shady place. What am I supposed to be talking about tonight? So we talked about Harry's hair. We talked about Serena's friendship. We talked about Kate's rugby shuffle, and we talked about we talked about everything. Yeah, everything in the title. Gosh, that was fast. Did somebody roofie me? How did I get here so fast? Okay, so we even talked about hat shopping, so we're good. Anything else you want to share before I go? Because otherwise, I may begin to channel Mary Poppins next time I go coat shopping. It's just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Right? Just a spoonful of sugar. Because we are officially back to the coat dresses. Okay, I think I covered everything. So I want to leave you guys with this though. First let's get to our queens. I'll do that. We got to get to our queens. There we are. No, that's not it. Uh, the Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana, for all of the hard work that she's done for that ungrateful firm and the men in gray suits and the royal rotor and etc. Without Princess Diana, I think most of us would not be in on a you know YouTube channel talking about things right now. She brought a lot of people who probably could care less about that family into the fold. And of course, the queen of everything, Doria, who has been a source of strength for the Sussexes throughout this very bitter ordeal that they've gone through with the family back in Narnia. So, cheers to Diana and Doria. Okay, so that's that. And any more comments? Yes, I am I had a long day. That's why I came on so late today. And then when I saw that Special K was on, I wanted to make sure that I didn't disrupt Special K because I really like Special K and I didn't want to, so I pushed it back another hour or 90 minutes rather. Okay, his daughters are his Yes, Jacqueline Austin, you do understand the La Petite daughters are his lawyers. Yes. Très bien. Those are his lawyers. He should come clean with them so they could give him good advice. Never ever lie to your lawyer, but daughters don't need to know about everything about their father. Hear, hear. Yeah, Jacqueline, that was superb. That was superb. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little punchy when I'm chopping up the French language. The unroyal family needs to tread very carefully by allowing these racehorse goons to blatantly abuse and disrespect the Sussexes. They've opened up the door for people to disrespect and abuse them. You got that right. I mean, if there's any indication, the fact that I would take a princess of the realm and give her a good dressing down for exiting the house looking like Mary Poppins just goes to show you that mystique is gone. That mystique is ruined. Anytime someone, oh, never mind, you get my point. Woo! Okay, you get my point. I think you understand where I'm coming from. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. Anytime that happens, then you know that there has been a threshold that has been crossed. I mean, anytime that somebody in another country would take a look at would take a look at these three hardworking royals and they would dare put emoji heads on them that seem to be rather accurate if now that I think about it. I mean, you could easily add a little red trim to that outfit that um um the emotional support Camilla is wearing. And what do you have? Mrs. Claus. And then as for Charles, well, I mean, he's got the clown feet, he's got the clown hands, and now he's complete. Okay. I think I've said too much. Okay, it's just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. That's bad when you leave the house cosplaying Mary Poppins. Okay? That is bad. When you run out of looks, then you leave the house like that. Thank you, Marshawn. I'm my voice is awful tonight, but thank you. Okay, they're portraying Kate as the new superwoman in town, bones in a cape who can't do squat. You got that right. And that's what what's her name? That's what she said. That's what she said in that podcast. Nina. Nina was the one who defended the Sussexes about the title of Prince. Now, I'm not saying that she's always, because I hear she can be a little sometime, but Nina said it just yesterday, was it? She said, "Yes, I saw the photos." She said, "No, I didn't care for it." She said, "I felt, oh, not that." She said, "I felt, or she said she feels like that she's being oversold this idea that she's so perfect and some type of savior." She's absolutely right. Here for Nina saying what other people have been thinking. Now, we've been saying it, and I've been saying it a lot. I'm not even sure I could ever go back to the UK, but I've been saying it a lot. They are just shoving this immaculate image of Duchess Doolittle, and I hope it backfires miserably. I mean, this is the same Duchess Doolittle that they tried to pass off as a concert pianist. And what makes me so bothered by this is that people believed it. People believed it, and they couldn't even talk about it without mentioning the Duchess of Sussex. They couldn't even talk about it without bringing her into it. And just like those ghostly images that they called, you know, her birthday photos where she looked like the ghost of like the Titanic sinking. She makes up these photos where she looks like she went down with the Titanic, like she's haunting some old country inn somewhere. And they tried so hard to push this, how wonderful those photos are. But the truth is, even some of their supporters turned against them. They thought the photos were bad. And then some people even mentioned, well, how come she didn't wear a tiara? And of course, if they would have mentioned that to me, I'm like, oh, she's doing plenty without without drawing too much attention to herself. Because I think Maggie Smith put it best when she said, "You're a conspicuous woman designed to stick out." That was in Sister Act. Designed to stick out. So yeah. So with the at the risk of repeating myself, I'm going through my slides. I think I covered everything here. Nothing else. Last thoughts, you guys. What was that better up? Coaching startup. Yeah, that was just really about this right here, as you can see. That's why I added that to the slide. So, Harry, do you boo? Do you boo? Don't worry about the haters. Whatever you do to your hair, we got you. It doesn't matter. Just keep being a Sussex. Let the Sussexes Sussex. Okay, final thoughts, everybody. Ty Fletcher, I haven't heard from you all day. Did I? Have I? I want to know why it was important for Kate and Camilla to take Meghan's patronages. Why didn't they take the Queen's or Philip's? Yeah, okay. According to Henry VIII, Henry VIII and Kelly had a great podcast or video yesterday where they spoke about the patronages. So Kelly and Mom, or I'm sorry, Meghan and is that right? Meghan and Kelly? Yeah, I guess that's their names. So anyway, just call her Henry VIII and her mom. They spoke about the the patronages and how Philip, when he died, he had 900. The Queen currently still has 600. Why did they have to try to spit in the Sussex's face by taking away everything from them and then making a big deal about it? Like, oh, she was running like O.J. Simpson, posing like the Heisman Trophy, jumping like some type of action movie character. Why do they have to make a big deal out of it? Because they are trying to hurt the Sussexes the best way they know how. That's why they're doing that. And it's so obvious. And they really, really do not care. They don't care. They don't care what happened to the Sussexes, and that's what's so frightening is they have absolutely no morality where that family is concerned. No matter what sacrifices Harry has made, it means absolutely nothing. If the worst should happen to Harry, they'll just pretend like it's shocking, and then they'll try to pass him off, just like they did Princess Diana. Oh, we don't know what happened. He always had a problem. You know how they do. That's how they did Diana. When the person whose head they really need to like dig into is this one right here. There's something wrong with her. There's something terribly wrong with this person, and they don't talk about it. But this is the one that's got the problem. And they need to pick her brain apart and see what makes her tick. But then there's another school of thought that says, don't pick with her brain, just leave it alone and give it a chance to heal. So leave her head alone. It's already been through too much trauma. Don't pick it apart. Leave it and give it a chance to heal because there is something wrong. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on there. All that grinning and grinning and grinning. Um, that chick ain't wrapped too tight. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. It's Friday. I don't care. I don't care if there's any trolls in here. That chick ain't wrapped too tight. I'm sorry. Her she's a wart puck on the hockey game of life. Her somebody done sunk her dinghy. Her dinghy's got a leak in it. Her elevator's not going to the top floor. She's one tree short of a hammock. That's what's wrong. There's something wrong with her. Someone done blew her pilot light out years ago, and nobody talks about it. Yeah, a brick short of a house, a sandwich short of a picnic. Crazy as a road lizard, but we ain't supposed to talk about it. So, as you can see with my avatar, shh, don't talk about it. No, I have not been drinking. Okay, Kate's best kept secret is, I'm sorry, Kate best keep it in the Caribbean. Every even they may not be as welcoming as the firm thinks. If she comes to our side of the pond, she will be eviscerated. Yeah. Um, I'm hoping that people will stop ignoring the past, and the only way that there will ever be any type of what is it? Uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Reparations is if people have certain conversations. So go for a vacation and stay for the reparations. That's what I always say. Go for the vacation, stay for the reparations. Okay? That's my motto. Go for the vacation and stay for the reparations. Yeah, they're not going to let me back in the UK. I don't think so. Um, hey, it was a long day, you guys. It was a very long day, but I wanted to touch base with you all. And let me see. That is exactly why we are praying without ceasing for the Sussex family and Mother Doria. Our Heavenly Father is their security in all situations. Amen. Amen. Jacqueline, that is absolutely brilliant. Thank you for saying that. We needed that prayer. Kate is under so much stress in the firm. She would never admit it, though. But wait until the information about Rose Hansberry and William is brought to light. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm here for it. I cannot wait. And all of the misguided deeds that have taken place to try to cover for it. Because we all know that a lot of what happened to the Sussexes was just a pound of flesh given out so that they wouldn't talk about that. And we all know by now that the calls were coming from inside the house. Inside the house, that the calls were coming from inside. So don't look at me when you want to know what the calls were coming from inside the house. I should have known this was going to be a weird video when I started off with hello, Ivy here. I probably should have put this off until tomorrow, but I didn't want to. So I'm here, just like Ivy. Okay. Let me see. She'll be grinning and a grinning round the mountain when she grins. Woo! I love it. I love it. She'll be grinning around the mountain when she grins. She'll be grinning around the mountain. She'll be grinning around the mountain. She'll be grinning around the mountain when she grins. She'll be grinning around the mountain when she grins. Oh man. Well, thank you for that. I needed that. Okay, so I got to get out of here because I'm getting weird. And she'll be grinning around the mountain. She'll be hair extending around the mountain. She'll be grinning around the mountain when she grins. She'll be pushing her air hose trolley when she comes. She'll be pushing that air hose trolley when she comes. She'll be pushing the air hose trolley. She'll be dipping in the air hose trolley. She'll be pushing that air hose trolley when she comes. Oh man. Okay. So with that, um well, see what y'all done started. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, one more time. He'll be shelling out some money when she wins. He'll be shelling out the money when she wins. He'll be shelling out the money. She'll be shelling out the money. He'll be shelling out the money when she wins. Okay. And with that, I am done. Okay. So thank you so much. Who wants to have the last word? Because we have drifted into a very weird area. We have drifted into a very, very strange and bizarre area. There is no way to define what has happened here tonight. I think we best keep it amongst ourselves because I don't think anybody else would understand. So, well, Pamela Porter, I'm happy to be here. You guys sustained me with your participation and by being so patient and actually allowing me to do this. Like I said, you could have been any place else tonight, but you decided to join Royal Sussex. So, because of that, I've had a good time. So, yes, mum's the words. Okay. Okay. I think that's it right there, Mary Hiker. That is the wise last words of the day. Mary says, stay safe. And I agree. Stay warm, stay safe. All the best to you. Love you guys. And I'm out of here. Thank you so much. And remember, try not to be more angry with anybody than the people that have been offended. So we have to follow the Sussex's lead and try to keep it, polite and genteel. Um, we don't hate anybody here in Royal Sussex, so don't forget that. Just try to keep it cool, stay warm, and stay safe, y'all. Thank you so much. Good night, y'all.